the framework is you got to start hot. We got to come out with the most value possible to stop the scroll. So you imagine people are just scrolling up and down. We got to stop the thumb. So the way to do that with information is to just give the best hook and make it appeal to the most amount of people. So you could have a very narrow topic, like a niche topic based on your industry or whatever you're talking about, but we need to make that niche topic have broad appeal. So that's the best type of hook, and that's kind of the first place to start. And when people say like, what's the most important thing? That is the most important thing, because without that, you can't even get into the topic.
You said niche topic, broad appeal. Tell people a little bit about what you do and how your content could be almost too niche,
Yes.
but then how you broaden it.
Correct. So I'm in the mortgage real estate space, and probably some of the most boring subjects. Like nobody wants to learn about home loans and finance, but they do want to learn about financial freedom. They do want to learn about the solutions that your product provides. So I think a lot of people talk about the process, and that's great on YouTube, but it's almost DOA on social because nobody cares about it unless they're in that niche. They're not actively searching for that content. So this is discovery content, meaning like people are you're just coming up in the feed. You're coming up in the feed, so it's got to be the most valuable content possible. So for me, I took these topics of mortgage, real estate, and said, hey, what is the thing the customer really wants? They want to own a home. They want to build wealth. They want to get rich. They want to avoid mistakes. So I started to take those topics and make it with a hook that would cause someone to learn about how they could make money, save money, or avoid a mistake. And those 3 rules, like for my hooks, ended up creating hundreds of hooks. And that's how you get more views.
That's amazing. So the question for the viewer is, what would have the most broad appeal?
Correct.
What would go maybe a little bit wider so that they could reach new people? And then ultimately, how do you create a poignant hook that will grab attention? And then there's some tactics that I notice you do in your vertical videos. Like the first frame is kind of the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And you also have kind of a text hook. What is that best practice, especially for Instagram where you post a lot of content?
So that's a really good point. So obviously we're talking about the verbal hook, what you say. It's the first line out of your mouth in the beginning of the video. There's also an opportunity for a written hook. That appears in the middle of the screen. Your eyes are kind of drawn to it. The video pops up vertically right in the center of the screen. For 2 to 3 seconds, you've got a written hook. And so that's kind of like, it could be exactly what you said. Sometimes that's too many words. So you make a abbreviated version of what you said. Or like if it's chopped from this podcast, we would make the hook, the written hook, what the hook's going to be. But obviously we didn't say those words. So it could be what you said, or it could be just what you wanted to convey to the viewer. Now, I've seen this style recently where people are leaving the hook up for the entire video and they're just putting it at the top. So that's a trend that we're starting to see work for some creators. But for the most part, you want to have that written hook up 3 seconds so people can visually see it, they can hear what you're talking about, and then they decide to stop scrolling, maybe give you their attention for a few seconds. If you got them, hopefully you can keep their attention.
2 things. Number 1, I've had too much coffee today. Number 2, if you have not seen our free masterclass yet, you're going to love it. If you're serious about growing your YouTube channel, just go to thinkmasterclass.com for a 1-hour deep dive on-demand YouTube strategy class. It's sick, and I'm going to go refill my coffee. Hope to see you on the class.